Good afternoon, guys, and happy New Year's Eve. It is currently Sunday. Yes, we just watched football games. We're currently watching more football games. That makes sense. Actually not that much because our football games on yesterday, and like only like the end of the year does the NFL have football games on Saturday. I think there was one on Friday too, like, and there was like Christmas games, like all kinds of stuff, so it's weird. So I can't determine the day of the week based on when football is on. That's honestly, guys, too, the winter is like such a weird time anyway. I do a lot of my time revolving around sports games and like, oh, it's Thursday night football tonight, or Sunday, you know, football games or whatever, and that's how I determine what day of the week it is. It's helpful in remembering that. Anyway, we had to run to Walmart this morning. We had to get a couple things we needed for like New Year's that we forgot about, and well, not forgot about, we got at Aldi, but they didn't have meatballs, and there was something else we needed or we forgot to get or something. And then we ended up coming back home. We watched the Bears football game, and now that is over. I'm kind of watching some of the games that are on now, but I am also going to clean and reorganize. I was sharing with you guys my like personal care stuff. I did one of the 6 in this one little cabinet thing I have, and I need to go through it and do a little bit more of that. So that is what I'm going to work on right now, and then I don't know, we've got other stuff planned for more like in the afternoon tonight, but as of right now, just kind of like playing video games, watching football games. So I was like, I'm gonna just take the time to get this done, and hopefully if all of it finished today, which would be really awesome. So if I do end up finishing it though, I will share with you guys. If not, I'll just let you guys know kind of what we ended up doing for today. Like I said, we do have food planned for today, and we do also have some like you know, games kind of planned and things like that. We also had to move around one of my mom's shelf things upstairs, so it was just her little like corner shelf. It wasn't that difficult to move, so we just got that moved real quick. Took like 15 minutes maybe, and so like I said, now I think I'm just gonna work on this stuff that I got to do for today. I don't have to do it, but I think I'm going to work on it for today, and get this stuff done that I need to, because again too, I told you guys how cleaning out my closet and reorganizing it and just decluttering, I got rid of 3 like garbage size bags of clothes, and so all of that was just really nice to kind of go into the new year with less stuff and it be reorganized, and also too because it'll make moving rooms when we get there a little bit easier. So I think, like I said, we're going to end up hopefully getting that done kind of soon. But I told you guys how there's 2 drywall patches that we need to get fixed in the other rooms, and so I think my dad wants to try and actually get the drywaller into both rooms at the same time, like on the same day, even though the drywall patch stuff, I mean like the mud will have to dry, so it might take them like 2-3 days, like in between, like you might not be here for one day because it has to dry or whatever. But either way, we've got some of that stuff that does need to get done before we can actually paint. But I do feel like we could probably maybe work on some of the floor stuff possibly. I don't know, we'll have to figure it all out. But I'll let you guys know kind of what we ended up doing and celebrating today and all that kind of stuff. Well guys, it is officially the new year. It is officially 2024, which sounds really weird to say, even though this is technically still part of yesterday's video, like not tomorrow's. So tomorrow's technically like the first of the year as far as like daytime recording goes, I guess. But it is 2024, guys. Also too, this shelf back here, that is what I got organized, and I did all of it today. So I did end up finishing that, which was pretty awesome. I have this one that's behind me. I kind of need to clear off, maybe reorganize the stuff that's on top of here. Also too, this is all of my makeup in that one, like I was telling you guys earlier, but I need to get that stuff all like reorganized and everything. At least I'd like to, before again we move rooms and everything. But I told you guys how so far in getting everything like cleaned and organized and you know, decluttering, getting rid of some things, you know, that kind of stuff, it has made going into the new year just feel really good. And like to me, I mean, I'm going to hopefully remember to change out my calendar first real quick before I go to bed, but for me it's just more of like a a day on the calendar, I guess, as far as like the new year goes and everything like that. It's not like, I mean, we did stuff today. We ended up doing like a special dinner. We grilled. Jack kind of turned that into our like tradition a couple years ago. He was like, can we just like still grill even like if it's like snowing out on New Year's and stuff like that? Like he came up with this a couple of years ago, I think, when he was like younger, and he just thought that the idea of doing that was really cool, and he wanted to make like a special tradition. So we just kind of have done that. And my dad doesn't care. He will grill if it's, you know, like snowing outside, or it's, you know, 0 degrees or something like that. But we ended up doing that. So we did, like, everybody else did steaks. I did like Impossible burgers. And then also too, we ended up doing like board games. We played Clue. We ended up playing kind of a trivia, like just sort of trivia cards, I guess. And then we also ended up doing some like not online games, but like one of those games where you can do it like off your phone, and like you do it on like a TV or whatever, and then you can like do the game on your phone though, and then you answer, like, you know, so it's like kind of like answering the questions like yourself, but then, you know, again too, or however the game kind of goes. We ended up playing 2 different ones of those, but we ended up doing that. And then I thought there was something else we ended up doing before that, but I don't remember now. Some other type of game as well. And we were like playing Minecraft much earlier today, like almost during the Bears game kind of, but we watched that. Then we ended up watching the other football games. But again too, I got up early, and I've been getting up early the last like 3-4 days. Every single day we've had like somewhere different we've had to go, or something we've had to do or whatever, so it's like we've been up early every single day. But again too, as far as the New Year's go, like the day was fun because, you know, again too, we had like things planned and stuff like that, but it's just like, to me, kind of just like another day on the calendar sort of. You know, it's nothing like super special as far as kind of, I don't want to say celebrating, because again too, we do kind of have our own like traditions and things like that, but I personally don't do a lot as far as like resolutions or like goals for like the new year and stuff like that. Like I have goals, but like my thing is that it's always really weird, because you start the new year like tomorrow, which is Monday, and some people are going back to work. Some people, like my dad, are not going back to work, and I think he doesn't go back until maybe Wednesday. Maybe he's going back on Tuesday, but I almost want to say it was Wednesday, something like that. I thought he had 1 extra day off after like the 1st. So you know, like that kind of stuff. Like some people don't get into their normal routines until like, and also too, just from the holidays. Maybe you came back from a trip over, like, you know, again, Christmas vacation, like maybe that kind of stuff. And so you don't really have like a lot of time to get back into the routine of things and sort of like that thing. So it's just sort of weird when it comes down to like setting resolutions and goals for yourself, because you're not into like a normal routine or normal swing of life kind of like right after the holidays. So to be like, I'm going to go to the gym and work out every single day, it's really hard to try and do that and put that on yourself like the day after a holiday. Like if you went out and did things the night before for, you know, celebrating New Year's, or you ended up, you know, again, just staying up late just to sit in front of the TV and watch the countdown like we did. You know, you stay up until midnight and then you get up the next day and you're like, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow to start my New Year's resolution. Like, it doesn't normally really happen. And also too, it's unrealistic, I think, to try and put that on yourself to like start doing those kind of things again in whatever capacity it is, and then try and stick to it through like the whole year, especially after a holiday. I think it's easier to try and get yourself into a routine of doing something very small, and like ease yourself kind of into doing whatever that thing is, instead of being like, I'm gonna just be real drastic and change everything the first of the year, like that kind of stuff. So that's why like I've never done that. And I always say too, like the first of the year for me really starts in like almost like February, or like maybe mid to late July, January. You know, so like that's when I tend to start to get into the regular routine and flow of things after the holidays. Also too, because like all the holiday decorations are up, and like our, you know, like furniture in the house even too is a little displaced and stuff like that. So like maybe we have other things out, like extra decorations and stuff like that, that make it more difficult to, you know, again, do certain things, or like again, whatever it is. And so like again too, it's just the extra holiday kind of things that are going on, and you know, desserts and stuff like that that you might have out that maybe don't make clean eating, if that was, you know, something that's on your resolution or whatever for the new year, super easy. And so that's why I feel like it's a little unrealistic to like put those goals on yourself at the very beginning of the year. And I like to try and like think of maybe what I want to do and maybe start to feel the routine of something, or maybe start to kind of you know, feel out the process of how I'd like to, maybe I want to try and do this, or I want to try and do that, or whatever, but then really start implementing it a little bit later in January. I almost said July again. I'm a little tired, guys. You know, like that kind of stuff. So like I said, that's kind of how I normally sit on like New Year's resolutions or goals for the new year or whatever it is. My goal is just, again, to you know, moving our rooms around, and you know, finishing the downstairs bedroom situation, all that kind of stuff. But also too, as you guys have saw since after Christmas, I've been doing has been, you know, making sure that I want to declutter a lot of the stuff. If I'm moving to a new room, there's a lot of things that I don't need to take with me, and I can clean and organize and declutter, and you know, again, to you know, not hold on to some of those things that maybe I was holding on to, or whatever it is, you know, just get rid of some stuff. And I feel like that's really, you know, again, too, I like that. And so far, I've been liking that with the idea of going into the new year. It's not my New Year's resolution to be like, I'm just gonna, you know, get rid of half of my stuff or something like that, you know, or whatever it is. But, you know, just to try and, you know, and I did that before the new year. So it's not something that I'm like, oh, I have to, you know, do this for the new year or something like that. It just happened to fall that I was in the mood to do it after Christmas, and I just did it. So, you know, again, that kind of stuff. It's making, I feel like, going into the new year feel a little bit better and a little bit easier and stuff like that. And that's where I was saying too, like, I got that whole cabinet, you know, it was all nice and organized now and kind of cleared out. And getting that done today, it was like, even though today was a holiday, it wasn't because I wasn't doing it because of the holiday. I wasn't doing it because I want to do it for a New Year's resolution or a goal for the new year or whatever. It's just something that happens to fall during this time that I'm just doing it. And so that's why too, I feel like it's tough trying to stick to like New Year's resolutions and stuff like that by putting pressure on yourself to like do those kind of things. Because I feel like if I were to have forced myself to like, oh, you know, it's the new year, I have to declutter my room or whatever it is, then I might not actually end up doing it. Whereas if I'm just like, you know what, I feel like I'm in the mood to do it, so let's just do it, and I do, then I feel like I'm more inspired, or, you know, again, have more motivation to actually do those things than doing them just because it's a day on the calendar. If that makes sense. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. So anyways, like I said, I'm very happy though in getting a lot of that stuff done. Also looking back on the new year, or like looking back on last year, you know, just I feel like we did get a lot of stuff done. I think two of the biggest things for me was being able to do the camera work for the football season this year in the high school, and also to making, you know, them making it to the playoffs, which is something that we haven't done in 20 something years. So you know, I feel like that was just really like cool, and you know, getting to be a part of that, something that's kind of making, you know, made history this year, and that kind of stuff was just really fun, and you know, a good memory from the last year. Also to Matthew and Jack both graduating, Matthew from college and Jack from high school, and then also to again, getting all of this you know, renovation stuff done and kind of taken care of is also really nice, and has been you know, very long process since we almost started it kind of the spring of last year, so it's almost been a full year of working on this project stuff. But it's been a while, you know, and again too, like I was telling you guys, working around our own schedule to try and do these things. But you know, again, it's just that has been one of the big things that I've really been I feel like is been really good, like, you know, again, I don't want to say a good memory, but a good goal that we've had and been able to kind of get done. But to finish up that, and you know, again, have the new room situated and all that kind of stuff by this year. I mean, I definitely don't think it's going to take longer than that, but you know, to just be in there very soon and shortly, hopefully. Will, you know, like I said, this kind of the goal, and more, I don't want to say the immediate goal, but within, like, you know, hopefully no more than a few months would be really nice. I feel like, again, too, we had the goal of it being like only a few months anyway, and it's been almost a year, and probably by the time we're done we'll be close to a year. But it is a lot of work. Like, you know, it could have been shortened a lot more. We could have dedicated a lot more time. But again, too, we threw football season into kind of the height of the project, and that was what was really difficult. And again, too, when we also had a whole extra week of football practices and games and stuff like that, because we made it to the playoffs for the first time in 20-something years, you know, it ended up adding a lot of extra stress and time and like that kind of stuff. And sometimes you just come back from football games on Friday over the weekend and we weren't wanting to work on anything. So that's why I feel like it did take us a little bit longer than it could have. But overall, we ended up getting, you know, again, a lot of that stuff done, just took a little longer. And to hopefully, like I said, finish it up very, you know, hopefully quickly, since a lot of it's just the downstairs work that still needs to be done on the bedrooms that don't have much that need to be done in them other than paint and floor. You know, refinishing and, you know, that kind of stuff I feel like will be pretty nice. So either way, like I said, I feel like it was a really good, you know, kind of end to 2023, but also a really, hopefully, nice start to 2024. Us getting to sort of enjoy, hopefully, the new year in kind of a positive way. So anyways, I'm going to take a shower and get to bed because I am very tired. I need to get to bed. So I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.